I got some poxy Christian Dior instead. Yeah. That's nice, but it's not as nice as Chanel Blue. Who would have thunk I'd have been talking about aftershave, eh? I don't know. Got any grandchildren, Win? Yeah? Great-grandchildren? Really? How many great-grandchildren? 3 great-grandchildren. Well done. Well done. So I heard Martin clapping then. I thought I was on. And there's me with me back to the camera talking to you, Win. But I don't care, to be honest with you. Yeah. We're going. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, first to a brand new partnership, both from the opposite side of Australia. One of them from Brisbane and the other from Perth. Let's give them a nice, warm British welcome as I wish them luck. Ladies and gentlemen, former Australian Mixed Pairs champion, Trenton Healy and Scott Walker. And now next to a 6-year partnership and current indoor internationals. Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning Irish Pairs champions from Belfast. Give it up for Mark Peake and Stuart Bennett.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. The bird, bird, bird. The bird's a winner when the bird, bird, bird. The bird is a winner when the bird, bird, bird. When the bird is a winner when the bird, bird, bird. The bird's a winner when the bird, bird, bird. When the bird is a winner when the bird, bird. The bird's a winner when the bird, bird, bird. The bird's a winner when the bird, bird, bird. When the bird is a winner when the bird, bird.
And your commentators for this match is Janice Gower and Darren Burnett.
Thank you very much, Richard, and yes, welcome to the commentary box. Darren Burnett, thanks for joining me this afternoon. Darren, interesting game this one, the Overseas Pairs Playoff.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this could be a good game. The Australians have obviously come through their group pretty well, and obviously the pair from Northern Ireland will be hard to beat. So if it's anything like the first game we watched there, we're in for a cracker. Yeah,
the first game up was the English Pairs Playoff. They then face Andy Thompson, MBE and Mark Rule tomorrow morning. That'll be Stuart Irwin and Kevin Harrison from Cumbria. And whoever wins this game plays again at 7:30 tonight against Robert Paxton and Jonathan Ross. And of course we're here at the Just World Indoor Bowls Championships 2018. It's been cracking bowls so far, Darren.
Yeah, obviously early days, but yeah, the first match I watched there, I actually watched it in the arena, and it was a really good game. Went right to the last bowl before it was decided. So out of these 4 players, obviously Mark McPeake's probably got more miles on the rink, if you like. So he certainly has played here before. So
yeah, very experienced player, Mark McPeake. Won a lot of singles titles in Ireland and British Isles. Singles, he's qualified a couple of times for the Scottish International Open, so played on the portable rink. And nothing seems to phase Mark McPeake. Very steady player.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark's a very good lead. Never far away, and as you say, just nothing will phase him out there.
Don't really know a great deal about the 2 Australians, but we do know that for them to have come through the Australian qualifiers, they've obviously played well. We've heard of Trenton before, but I certainly watched them out on the bowlers bar rinks playing earlier, and they both played very, very well. It's a step up to come straight from there to out here. Like I say, they only finished their qualifier about 3 o'clock-ish this afternoon, Darren, so hot-footed it to the portable rink.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a tough schedule for the guys today. Obviously right back on, the winner of this match pretty much, right back on to another game. So yeah, I was reading about Trenton. He's listed the Australian mixed pairs back in 2012 as something he won with his wife, who was 5 months pregnant at the time. So
oh wow!
Some achievement.
So 3 of them won the mixed pairs then, technically.
Technically, yes.
Oh dear. But yeah, there's some very good bowls, and of course the winner of these do go into tonight's game, which puts them into the main draw. for the World Open Pairs Championships.
Yeah, and I think the thing to remember here is, you know, it might just take a few ends for them to get the pace of the rink here, because they've come off of the other arena here, which plays at a slightly different pace to the portable rink, so
yeah,
really it's quite difficult to come between both these formats, you know, so it might just take an end or two just to get their weight together and a bit of consistency going.
Yeah, with being the second game on in the afternoon, they only actually managed to get the 2 trial ends before they've just started. If you're the first game on in a session, you get half an hour practice. But yeah, both pairings here only have the 2 trial ends. So I mean, it is the same for both. And it's exactly the same format as they've played out on the bowlers' bar rinks. It's 2 sets of 7 ends. But now they would play a 3-end tiebreak. They've played in a group format to get here, but now it's straight knockout. Watching Trenton's delivery out on the bowlers' bar rinks, not a usual Australian delivery, it's different.
Yeah, most of the times, you know, the Australian conditions when they come over, they usually have, you know, textbook deliveries, as we say. But not been one to have a textbook delivery myself, Janice. It's really the end result that works, really.
It's all about it being consistent, though, Darren. If you do the same all the time, it's and certainly Trenton's proved to be very consistent this week so far. Just made it, I think.
One great from the shot.
And just a draw for Trenton here down the. Looks close. For little touch on the jack. He was unlucky there.
Yeah, just over the pace, but as you say, if he touched the jack, he probably would have made the shot. Similar draw for Stewart. He's first down the forehand, just try and get another ball into the head.
Like you say, at this stage, you really just want to be drawing bowls in, especially if you're skipping. You don't want to be forced into playing runners when you haven't got the pace of the rink yet in your arm.
No, absolutely. We obviously play a 3-ball format now, but less ends, so you know, a 7-end set can quickly go away from you, so you certainly don't want to be dropping too many early on in the set.
Yes, the 3-bowl has been popular from the point of view that it seems to create better games, so to speak, but also because there's a little bit more interaction between the players. That's what the spectators like, but it has made them longer games.
Yeah, just a touch. Obviously, the extra ball, you know, certainly. I think the qualifiers would probably say it definitely gives them a bit more of a chance. 2 balls can be very, very cutthroat, and you know, you have to be on your game in a 2-ball pair format, whereas the 3-ball just gives you that wee bit more option. And as you say, you sometimes see people taking a wee bit more of a risk with some of their shot selection.
Yeah.
Don't really see much for Trenton here, other than just really a draw, and if he touches the jack, it's a bonus.
We saw a couple of shots in the last game where the players just chased to turn the jack, and you're often better to just try the draw, and if you get the jack, it's a bonus. It's under the line here and underweight.
Drifted across. It's going to make it awkward for Stewart now. You know, he may elect to switch on to his other backhand now and just try and draw a shot. It certainly looks an easier draw down the backhand. He just has to be careful not to move the jack.
As long as he's not over-paced, Darren, he should still be holding one shot, even if he tucks the jack. But so it's just about settling down to begin with.
One shot, and it McPeak.
Not easy, is it?
Stewart opened up the account with a 1 first end.
Tony Hatcher, match official there, marking this game. Down below it's the umpire. Alan Thornhill's busy hot-footing it over here to join us this evening. He'll be taking to the rink tomorrow morning.
Jack length 28 metres.
I had wondered why it was so quiet around here, but he does arrive tonight. Very deliberate delivery from Mark McPeak. Spends a lot of time on the fitness and the psychology side of the game. And he produces results like that from it.
It's certainly more like Mark. They were usually far away. Response here from Scott, just running through slightly, but always a useful position.
Yeah, not a bad reply at all. It was a tough round robin outside on the bowlers bar rinks, the other 6-rink venue that's here indoors at Potters. There was New Zealand and Israel and South Africa and America, Hong Kong. It was really, really tough games. I've watched quite a bit of the bowls out there. Very, very good bowls sent. And the prize to be out there now and play this game on the portable rink.
Yeah, I watched some of the morning games. It became sort of shootouts actually this morning when Northern Ireland overcame New Zealand just to win their group, and the Australian guys got the better of the USA. So it was 2 big games this morning.
Yeah.
All to play for in both games, and guys that are playing now managed to get through.
And it's a question of keeping that adrenaline going down when you've already played what were really big games to actually get out here. You've now got to keep yourself lifted and play the game out on the portable rink to get yourself into the next part of the tournament. It's not easy.
No, definitely not. You know, this is our second game of pairs of the day, and they would be faced with another one whoever wins this match. So
you can even have a run at it if you want.
Already Trenton's calling for a bit of a runner here from Scott.
Again, interesting style on the mat. Well, he's not gone an all-out runner here. It's just a draw, really.
Just needs to clear the green ball.
It's close if he could get round that.
Not so sure Trenton will be playing a draw.
Of course, it's great to see the Australians over here. The Commonwealth Games is over in Australia in March this year. And I've got their defending singles title holder from that sat next to me, Darren. It's going to be a tough ask going out to Australia. But, some good players out there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It will be an unbelievable event. I can't really wait for it to come round, and it's a great place to go and play bowls. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
There's no doubt we'll have a few Australians listening in to the YouTube or Facebook live coverage we have. I'm not sure what time of day it is out there, but I'm sure they're watching in to support their fellow countrymen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the small hours of the night. My brother's out there at the moment, so yeah, I kind of know the time difference here. Trenton having a runner, I thought he would play this. He's very close.
Disappointed with that because the green ball followed through, but I'm not sure whether it might have even gone off the rink. Here we see that shot again. On target, but the green ball to the right of the screen does roll a few times.
Yeah, I think his disappointment was he probably thought the jack, if anything, would come to the other side of the rink and he would line the shot, but he'll be quite delighted to hit the target. It was a good running ball.
Stewart's urging this on. Can't just quite see from our camera angle where the jack is. It's probably to the right of where you see Mark McPeak there. I think green's possibly holding 2 at the moment. All on pace here. Get past them.
Yeah, good shot.
Yep. Oh, we can see there now where the yellow marker is, just in front of Mark McPeak. That's where the jack is in the ditch. That's the indicator to show you where that jack is. There we go. Our ditch cam there coming into action.
Yeah, the jack's probably about 3 feet or so just in from the side pin of the rink, and Stewart's pushed this one right out. It's all on his pace now. He stops, he draws the shot.
Oh, just went in.
So Trenton, how's your memory? If you can repeat his last ball.
Picture of Tony Hatch with the trophies there. It's just repeat delivery here, Darren. That's easier said than done. Far easier to say when we're sat here. His partner likes it. Oh. Now, has that rolled that in? Umpire being called. I wonder if he's just edged that green ball into count. They were disappointed if he's done that.
There's certainly nothing been removed, so we can only assume it's a measure between all 3 balls.
There we see. Umpire being called, but the marker, Tony Hatch, having to assist the umpire as it's a ditch measure. Green ball beats the outside red ball. Oh, it looks like this should be shot. Yeah. 1 red.
One shot, Helium
Shared
Walker.
ones, it seems, 1 all. Most teams will be happy with that.
Well, that's a good settler for both pairings now. They've both got on the board, so to speak.
Jack length 27 metres.
I was just doing a little count in my head there, Darren, how he would cope with the shot clock that we play in the singles event. We just mentioned that in the game previously because Stuart Irwin, the skip for Cumbria, has got quite a slow delivery, but he actually played in the International Open against your good friend Stuart Anderson, so he managed to adapt his game to play that a little bit quicker, but that was quite a slow delivery from Scott Walker.
Yeah, everybody has their own sort of rituals they go through before they let the ball go, and as I say, the shot clock obviously only comes into effect when they play singles, but I think, as you said earlier, it's all about consistency. As long as you're doing the same thing every time, then that's what you're aiming for.
I'm sure I'll have loads of people out there now with the stopwatches timing it.
Decent stuff from Scott there, just pulling up slightly short.
It's a fantastic venue here at Potter's Resort, our kind hosts for this championship for the last 20 years. It's been here for the last 20 years and a fantastic place it is to play bowls. And just short there from Mark.
Yeah, they're short and they're also in the middle of the rink, so obviously they can cause issues as the end develops. Scott can just make a slight adjustment when he's last. Add a foot or so, he'll be in a good position.
Right line again. Now, Mark, you need to get something in there for your skip. It looks in a decent track again. Stuart's certainly shouting at it. Oh, better bowl there. Well, that's a great adjustment.
Absolutely, great adjustment from that there. He settled down a bit with his first two, but he's made a great correction. Couldn't have played it any better. A front toucher as well. Couple of options for Trenton. He could easily follow Mark's going on the forehand. They're studying the backhand side here, just trying to probably make a bit of contact on either of the red balls. He has a chance of pushing them in. Just has to try and play this as a full draw. If you try and play this with a couple of yards away, that's when it gets very difficult in this rink.
Well, it's not wasted back there. Gives him other options.
No, it's not enough place, but yeah, just put it with that 2 or 3 yards of weight that we spoke about, and very, very difficult to get the line when you play it with that weight. Stuart will be trying to back Mark up here and get another one to the head.
Hurry. Very good. Big quick, guys. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, the split with that weight's alright, but yeah. Not too quick, eh?
Well, he's trying a similar timed shot.
I think the angle there was good. I think the viewers watching that will have seen just how much that ball hooks across. You know, if you just miss your line, you can be severely punished on the portable rink, and it's really just that tricky shot. The in-between shot is the most difficult shot, undoubtedly, on the carpet.
Well, again, not wasted there. The Australians have all the back position at the moment.
Yeah, I think that was quite a deliberate ball there from Stuart, just coming around the back just to mix up the position a wee bit.
I don't really want to roll it through and give him anything. If I roll it, he's got a shot on this one. Get something? Yeah, I'll go. Should have played this month.
Appreciative crowd out there enjoying the bit of Aussie banter.
Yep, Trenton going on to the other option, which was the forehand draw. Looks just under the line. Well, Stuart has the last ball in hand, but it really isn't an easy opportunity to add another. Just to be very careful not just to touch the jack to the red balls. Don't see anything else other than a forehand draw, but he just has to be very careful.
Just a forehand draw. You say, Darren, not a lot more on. They did have a bit of a discussion about what shot he was going to play. All on pace.
Just to settle now, he's drawn a cracking shot.
That sits down. Mark
One
just
shot,
asking for the
and it-
one.
And the peak.
Set score 1-2 after 3 ends.
A tight game again, just like the previous game. There's certainly a bit of banter going on out there, though.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
Matt just pulled up slightly. Jack onto the tee.
It's very hard, like you say, Darren, to come off another rink onto here. Just have to settle down to what sort of length of jack you want to play that's going to suit both yourself and your partner.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, as I say, we've been playing primarily on the other arena, and then obviously had to come in pretty much just a couple of trial ends here because they wouldn't have had much opportunity to even practice on this rink. I think they've made a reasonably steady start. In fairness, you know, it's been fairly tight, not much given. 2-1 after 3.
If you can't stay with us and you have to leave us, you'll pick up all the results on the website worldballstour.tv. We're also on Twitter at WBT_TV or Facebook, but if you're watching us live on Facebook Live anyway, you'd already know that. And we start again tonight at 7:30. The winner of this match at 7:30 will face Robert Paxton and Jonathan Ross. And then following that, probably about 9:30 tonight, we'll have Jamie Chesney and Mark Dawes versus Brian Jones and Liam Stone, the Welsh qualifiers. And then we reconvene at 9:20 in the morning. Your good self is on tomorrow. Tough game tomorrow, Darren. It's yourself and Stuart Anderson versus Ronnie Duncan and Colin Walker, who are well remembered at this venue for getting to the final a couple of years back. Good players, good pairing.
Absolutely, you know, we actually played them in that final, so yeah, it'll be a very tough game. I expect it to be a good game, and hopefully if all 4 players turn up and play the way they can, then it hopefully should be a good game for the people to watch.
Yeah, that's a second game on tomorrow morning, folks.
So Scott, just trying to make the connection here. Needs to run. The line's good. Just needs to run.
Well, there's still room for the draw. Either hand. Both skips have got to return to the mat at the same time under the WBT pairs format. Can't return to the head until they've played their second bowl. So reliant on the leads giving them information. Slightly different formats how you would play nationals. I think Mark likes this.
Chance, Judy. Up, up, get up, up. Very, very close.
Four green. The path in on the backhand more tricky, so I think Trent will switch to his forehand. There's nothing in the road there, just a draw shot, try and get as close as he can.
Taking the wide line, it'll come all the way back from there, all on pace. Just lacking.
Mark and Stuart are lying a few here, but I think they'll be trying just to get a slightly closer one.
Come on, Sturdy.
He can just beat his own front one and come
Here.
round it, then he would
Here,
be
Stuart.
perfect shot.
Run.
He was perfect weight, probably with that if he'd have just missed his own short bowl. Could be holding 4, you know, there. It's hard to tell from our camera angle, but I'm sure Trenton will be just adjusting his weight on his last one. He's asking this to stop. Oh, has he overplayed it? Oh, should have done enough to save, if not win it.
Good ball. It's a good ball regardless, to be honest. He's certainly saved, if not got the shot. And it's not just that, it's where it's went. It's went to a very difficult position to remove it. So, great ball there.
High fives from the Australian pairing there.
Most people watching it will see the room there and think, well, yeah, he should have drawn it. But, you know, when you're on that mat in these conditions, it's not the easiest draw in the world. He didn't beat, you know, one of them, he could have failed to beat them all there. So it was a good draw. Stuart will switch on to forehand as well, just look to try and draw. If he happens to just fall back onto the jack, he can bring the ball back in.
Area.
It's close. Good effort. How far that's swung under. He's looking puzzled, is Stuart Bennett. If Trenton isn't holding shot here, he's just really after a similar bowl to his last. Touch on the jack. He's not bad news, but also just drawing off his own last bowl.
Yeah, absolutely. And his last ball has taken the pressure off him. You know, he can play this one with a bit more freedom. A beautiful track again. It's all on his pace.
Yep, looking good.
2 shots, Haley and Walker.
So the ones have been broken. It's a 2 to red there. As we move into a
Set score 3-2 after 4 ends. Jack length 28 metres.
28 metre jack. We go into next end. We play 2 sets of 7 ends here. Like Darren mentioned before, it's stayed tight. If you drop a count in a 7 end set, you can suddenly seem to disappear from you. So keeping it tight. 3-2. Played end 5.
Just a touch over the seam, mate. Half a foot.
number of balls been bang on line, just pulling up slightly short.
Right wide. Right wide.
Urging this one on, it looks a very good line. Yeah. Good reply there from Mark McPeak.
Yeah, good ball there.
It's a good shot, eh? But, you know, promote one of yours, get the ball playing.
This is interesting. He's asking him to play the runner down the backhand. How much pace are you going to choose, Scott? Right pace for what he wanted. It's not an easy shot to play on there though, Darren. It's one of the toughest shots about.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, I think it goes back to what we said at the start of the game. You know, in a two-ball pairs, you just wouldn't be playing that shot. You know, you'd be just trying to draw a good second, and if you touch it, it's a bonus. So, obviously decided to have one down there and see if he turned his own in or found the channel. I'm sure Mark will be trying to add another here because there is a fair bit of room to add another shot.
It's changed it a little bit. There's a chance here that Trenton Healy might go firmer at it. Do you think, Darren, his own bowl or get down to shot or jack?
Yeah, I mean, he may only be one down. It's slightly difficult for him. There's not a natural draw in, you know, to draw the perfect shot. I mean, he could draw between the two green balls on the forehand and draw the shot. However, he seems to be looking at his backhand. You know, the only problem if he tries to turn one of the red balls is he'll be adding a bit of weight. Sometimes the hand will just hold off on him. So, obviously, these guys don't really have the opportunity to play on the portable rink. They don't know the little wee bits here and there that most of the players know, so they'll just see it as it is and play the shot. It's often the best way.
Well, got his own bowl. Now, what happens next?
Super effort. He sort of fell in towards the jack.
Next one out.
Kind of a similar shot for Stuart now down the forehand, just arriving, turning his own balls down to the jack.
Asking the bowl to swoop. Mark must think it's a bit wide.
Good effort. Good weight. Good there.
Good place though, it's come to a nice area.
Close again here. Just wanted to really drift round that bowl.
Same weight as his last, Stuart. He'll just be looking to hold this in a bowl or two. Ideal result for him is to come to the sort of red bowl just short of the jack first and then just roll onto the jack. He could make 2 or 3 shots.
It's on a wide line with this. It's got to make it all the way back to have a chance. Weight wasn't bad again for the job.
No, you can see it there, you know, he's just trying to come round the front green one. If he can get round the front green one and just turn the jack sort of a foot, 14 inches or so, he would make a few shots. I think Trenton has to be aware of that. I think he's probably looking to draw to the green bowl right in the middle near to the tee there. That would just about be the perfect spot. Try and draw to that bowl and just protect the head a wee bit. Certainly what he was trying, I think he just ran slightly too far, so there is a chance here. It's a very difficult shot, but if he just gets the right line, his weight's been really good twice, if he gets any sort of roll of the jack, potential to pick up 2 or 3 shots.
Yeah, his own short bowl in the middle of the rink there that Mark McPeak led with, it's one of those that's sort of in your eye line a little bit, and it forces you to put your bowl a little bit wider than you need it. Now Stuart. Oh, he's chasing up after it.
One shot, Healy and Walker.
Yeah, just Stuart just obviously just on the high side with all these balls there.
Score
His weight was
4-2
really good
after 5 ends.
to do what he was looking for. They are difficult shots.
2 shots up, 2 ends to play. 6th end of this first set. Another tight game, the English pairs qualifier. Previous game here on the portable rink was a tight affair.
Again, no ball, just find him in the middle of the rink, just 3 feet or so short. And this time Mark's capitalised on the mistake, so it's a good opening move from Mark there.
This is a game of part of the open pairs tournament here at the World Championships. We have an open singles, we have a ladies world match play, and we have a mixed pairs world match play. Also a juniors event here now, started a couple of years ago. It's Feast of Bowls for bowlers.
Absolutely, and an interesting choice here for Scott. He's electing to keep his backhand, so if you just look to draw a close bowl, a good second at the stage would be good.
Yes, certainly at the moment Mark McPeak's just getting the better of the lead bowls. This is just going to pull up short.
2 feet, mate. 2 feet, stick up the tee. 2 feet, get to there.
Stuart seems to like this bowl. Make it all the way back. Yep, just where he asked for it, on the tee. Well,
3 green.
perfectly placed by his partner Mark McPeak.
Yeah, that would have been on the end of his toe. Yeah, no, it was a good end from Mark there. He needed that. 2 behind on the scorecard with 2 ends to play, so he needed a good end. In a 4-hand draw, I think. Nothing much else on.
Well, quite a tight line he's chosen, so he needs to reach on this line.
I would play that, but it's up to you. Maybe not go in. Either side. Right.
Nice height with this. Least required. Oh, but Pete likes it.
Well done. Super.
It's a good ball. Line 4 shots. This is a big one for Trenton. Needs to add a couple of feet on his last.
His track's better. What's his weight like? Obviously not very good. Didn't like that at all.
Suddenly developing into a very big end here. Quite sure that Stuart will add another one. It's going to be a very, very big bowl. Trenton's last.
Just settling himself. Quite rightly, he's going to have a look just to readjust, reset himself. Now, can you leave a wing bowl?
He's not going to like what he sees when he comes down here because he's potentially 4 or 5 down. He has no real strike on. The front bowls are not going to come into the head just the way they're shaped up there. So really, it's a 4-hand draw. Just has to back himself to make the adjustments. His line's been reasonably good twice. Just has to get the right weight.
Like you say, his line's been very good.
He's pushed this out. He has to have perfect weight now. If he's
Got to make it back.
carrying pace, he won't get back.
He's trying to direct it. Oh, it's overplayed. Wow, well. It's 4, possibly 5.
Yeah,
Have we had a full house count of 6 at one of these pairs games on the portable?
no idea, but there's a potential one's about to happen here. It's a huge end, and I think what will frustrate the Australian guys more is it's just developed. There's nothing been played. It's just a loose end. Unfortunately, these things happen. Could ultimately get punished with a full house.
That's good.
Well, Mark likes it.
Well played, Sturdy.
Mark's made the definite 5. That's a
6 shots. And it's a McPeak.
Yeah, it's a full house. You know, from 2 down to 4 up. It's a massive end.
Set score 4-8 off the 6
well, we were
end.
just saying about big counts, and we hadn't had anything at all in this game, and then the ultimate prize of a 6 for the 2 gentlemen from Northern Ireland. 4 up playing the last end of the first set.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
That was all really started off by this man, Mark McPeak, drawing 3 very good bowls in. Setting up the head for his partner.
Yep. Again, Mark. Good dress up again.
Again, good start.
What?
They can afford to drop 3 shots and still take the set.
Good mind. Stop.
Good track.
Just overplayed, but you can't fault him at this end for being up past the jack. They're not going to score a 4 if they're dropping no shot, so he has to reach.
Good mind. That's just good. That's just good.
As you mentioned, Darren just perhaps frightened of being short, doesn't want too many short balls. That gives his skip no opportunity to create a fort, but it's very hard to pick yourself up when you've just dropped to 6.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a 6 completely randomly out of the blue, to be fair. Very little given in the set. You know, at that stage it was 4-2 after 5 ends. You know, you just didn't see a 6 or a big count like that happening. And it's hard just to erase that from your memory.
Swapped hand. Nice, Skip's walking down the rink straight away.
Green.
Yeah, the only good thing for him is he's put 3 balls close together. They are past the jack. The difficulty is it's just getting the jack to the balls now. You know, they are there, they're behind the jack, so Stuart will be conscious of that and he'll try and put one in the mix there in between the red ones if he can, ideally.
It's in that pack anyway. Just a ball high 40 actually wanted, but all the pressure's on this man to try and convert something here. Watch how far this goes under now.
Anything off, Shirley? Get to the centre, Shirley, good.
Well, there's still 4 red balls that could potentially come into play. Still has to come through, mix these red balls up.
Right.
Well, this looks on a better track. Just overplayed it again, or
Well done.
still another one back there.
I think that's a good ball. It certainly makes it very difficult now. He has to try and trail the jack, give himself a chance with his last one.
Well, body language didn't like this.
Northern Irish guys will just be looking at the head here just to see if there's any potential area where they can drop a 4. I think the last green ones went to a really good spot. Certainly the trail of the jack now is very difficult. Could remove the 2 green balls. It's not easy to remove the 2 green balls at the line 4, so may elect just to try and maybe come round the back of the jack, but closer to the head this time.
Not sure whether he can get an angle off his own red ball to split the 2 green balls away. He's certainly having a look at it. From here it looks like one might go, but it's probably the only shot he's got, Darren.
Yeah, I mean, he could try and come down the backhand in between the 2 greens, but it's such a difficult shot. It's a difficult shot to play without any green balls there. To try and play it to get the gap is particularly difficult. So he has that option to come down the backhand, land the green ball. He might just roll onto the jack, make a 4. His other option is the forehand to try and sort of drive his red ball and hope he gets a bit of fortune, to be fair. I think in fairness, you know, the most obvious way of making the 4, they're both very difficult shots, but the most obvious way of making the 4 is probably just to try and find that channel on the backhand. It's a very difficult shot, but don't really see any other way where he's really got a chance of a 4, so I think that would be the shot.
Well, he's certainly settling himself for the backhand. He needs to get through that channel of green balls.
2 shots, and the first set, Bennett and McPeak.
Well, first set over, 10-4 to the Northern Irish pairing of Mark McPeak and Stuart Bennett. We're going to the second set of 7 ends. It's the Australians that are now in the position where they've got to win this set to take us into a 3-end tiebreak here at the Just World Indoor Bowls Championships 2018. The second game out here on the portable rink. Of course, the event kindly hosted by Potters Resort, Topton-on-Sea near Great Yarmouth. It was a bit sunny earlier when I looked out, Darren. It didn't look a bad day out there.
No, it was quite pleasant actually. We went out earlier on. It was nice. So yeah. Mark continuing with his steady starts here now. He's just starting to find his weight and grouping his bowls closer to that jack. It's the Mark McPeak that we've seen so over the years so many times.
Very, very steady player. Well, the reason that he's so high up on the PBA rankings is his consistency at the PBA qualifiers. Notorious for getting to finals and just missing out, and then he got through one final and then got to the Scottish because he was PBA ranked 1, so very, very consistent player. Interestingly enough, if he and Stuart Bennett win this game, they would face Rob Paxton and Jonathan Ross at 7:30 tonight. And of course, Jonathan Ross now plays under the Scottish banner, but probably has the most Irish accent you can come across, and used to play internationally with Mark McPeak and Stuart Bennett.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they would know each other's games in that game. So yeah, it would be an interesting match certainly. Sure, the Australian pair will have something to say about that in this set, though.
Well, yes, they will be disappointed to have dropped that 6. It was that 6 that made the difference, Darren, and you know they played really well up to that point. It's all a question of regrouping and thinking this is a new set. You know, we can win this set and then take the tie break. The good thing about pairs is you're out there with your partner, so there's your partner to support you as well.
Great last bowl there from Scott. He misjudged his first 2 and very good correction.
1 right.
There. Smiles from Brenton there. I'm quite sure he's pretty relieved to see that third one coming in.
Can of course swap over after the first set. The skips and the leads can swap. We have seen it here this week. It's happened on the bowler's bar. I know the Americans. Sorry, that's incorrect. It was the Canadians that lost their first game and then swapped first set, swapped over, and then won the next goodness knows how many sets. So it just shows that it can work sometimes.
Yeah, it's an unusual sort of twist to the format, I suppose. I'm not aware of it having been done, you know, in the actual event proper. Once we got on portable rink, I know the rule came in a few years ago. I'm not aware of it having been used yet, but I guess one day it will certainly be done.
Well, like I say, it was certainly done in one of the qualifying games because I was sat watching the discussion, and then they decided to successfully for them at the time play the other way around. And like you mentioned before, they just missed out in the round robin stages, but it is an interesting twist. You can actually swap lead and skip before the second set, and you can also swap lead and skip before the tie break. So Certainly at the Scottish International Open back in November we had a few firsts in WBT history, so we've just had a 6 scored today. Darren, what else is going to happen in this next fortnight? You never know. Make sure you tune in and you'll find out.
Good ball there. It's finished in a good place as well because the green balls at the back of the jack there were building up.
Mark's just having a bit of a prowl round this head now, trying to work out how they can get that jack to those green bowls.
Front bowls are making it difficult. You know, there's no doubt about that. They may elect to come a bit quicker at this down the forehand. He could put one red ball onto the other. If he does get down to the jack itself and springs it out to the side, the respot over there is looking okay as well for the green. So I just think that last red ball of Trenton has made it very difficult just to play the natural, just over the draw shot now. So I think he's got to look at something slightly different.
You're looking down the gap for 2-ball takeout. Something you don't often see either. The jack's come back up the rink, could still be one down.
It's a close call now.
There's quite a bit of room for Trenton to draw there though. Right ball.
Umpires have been put to good use in this game.
Yes, Tony Hatch and Dan Blewett, as I mentioned before. Alan Thornhill joins them tonight, and then next Wednesday I believe Mike Davis arrives, and then at the weekend Francis Fletcher. They all do their stints here over the 2.5 weeks of the World Championships.
Just a one shot I think, but Australian pair are off the mark at the start of the second set.
Asked him to bring the mat up. He's gone a couple of spots up. Those spots are set at metre distances, so 2 metres up.
Jack length 27 metres.
Well, change of length for Mark McPeak. How good's his consistency with this length?
You can't brand that.
Certainly changed his pace.
just pushed through it this time a little bit. Out of the good track again, just overplayed it.
Adjustment there from Mark McPeak.
Just get caught in the front bowl there. No third bowl escape this time for Scott, so Mark will be trying to repeat his last bowl. Running close.
Scott certainly doesn't look happy with his 3 deliveries at that end, and Mark's got to slip past the red ball, which he has done.
Red mark. Hold on there.
2 green.
He put his hand up, Mark, when he let that go. I think he thought he was going to be just down on the tight side, but he had good weight and just held past the front stuff. Troughton, a couple options. He could attack, but he has a perfectly good draw shot, just over the draw on the backhand.
Good height, weight required. Looks close.
Really good ball. Great open ball, actually.
That's the orders. I would.
Still fancies the green.
Right. Come on. Hurry. Peace. Well done.
Now, we obviously knew he was going to play a toucher there because he's still got some chalk on his bowl. I'm sure Tony Hatchell have seen that. Yeah.
Still one.
That's confidence for you.
That playing gets a jack now, so you have to switch.
Let's get him to change his hand. Well, the track looks decent. What's the weight like?
Just seems to keep running here. He's down a really good track.
1 green.
The line one, Judy. It's really just a draw. Your foot pass is perfect. Your own ball. Come on.
Looks close.
Up. Up.
Oh, what a great ball.
2 green.
Skips have played good ends here. Every bowl's done something, so he's now looking at arriving down this backhand with weight. Do have the bowl just at the back there. That's probably the best back bowl. 2 against him anyway, so he's going to have a run to this pack of bowls and see what happens.
Yep. Be going. Be going.
We didn't see the angle quite that he got that at there, but it's gone against him. It could be 2 down still, I think.
Yeah, I mean he hit his target. To be fair,
There
it's
you go. Yeah, it was because he got the outside ball first.
It's always going to be difficult to score the thought, I think, to be honest with you. I always felt the green balls were going to go with the jack, so it's left a lot of room now for a third one to be added.
It's running a touch. Can it just stop?
That made up for last time. That made up for last time.
Oh, thank you. 3 shots, Bennett and McPeak.
Set score 1-3 after 2 ends.
Oh, exactly, yeah. Not sideways.
You're certainly noticing the fact that the players have got microphones on down there. The Aussies do like to have the chat, don't they?
Yeah, and that's the beauty of the pairs format.
Yes.
Hear the discussions.
Jack made 27.5 metres.
It's often quite interesting to hear as well, Don, because we often say about, you know, certainly for the skips, you choose your shot that suits your game as well, what you feel most confident playing. And certainly when it's with players like the players that are out there now that we don't know that well, it's nice to hear how they decide on what sort of shot they're going to select.
Yeah, absolutely, and different pairs play it differently. You know, some pairs the skip will pretty much call the shots, the other ones maybe rolling the balls, and other pairs will discuss it, you know, more openly, and both players will have an input. And you'll agree a shot, and once you've agreed that shot, it's all about giving it 100% commitment at that stage. So yeah, it's interesting to see how each pair plays it slightly differently.
No, he's not reaching that. He said, as soon as he let it go, he says, I'm not up. You're correct, Mark.
Just drop a foot, 1 foot.
It's been interesting if Mark has failed. He has failed just neat. Been picking pretty good lines.
Pause. Oh,
Slips past the green bowl.
well done.
Shot.
That flip over, mate, that's just short.
Mark switch to the forehand.
Well,
Open draw.
He's urging it on.
It's quite interesting. Stuart's
One
been
ring.
quite animated. These arms will be needing the rest at the end of this game. He's been waving them about there.
Checking the time as well, coming up to 10 to 6 GMT here at Potter's Resort. So we start again at 7:30. Jonathan Ross and Rob Paxton are probably sat with their feet up somewhere, casually watching the game on the YouTube or Facebook.
Right?
Well, this looks like a very good track from Stuart Bennett.
Right.
Just not made the trip, only a couple of feet short.
Yep. Trenton, forehand draw. Any slight trail of the jack would be in his favour.
Right close.
So he needs to pick the same track as his last, make the slight correction for weight. and he'll draw the shot.
Right there. Hurry. Hurry.
Get a bit of a connection on his own bowl, punch it up. Might have done enough.
1 green.
Probably draw through it.
Doesn't need to chase shots at this stage of the game, but certainly doesn't want to drop shots either.
It's quite interesting here. The mouse pair of line 1. All the red balls pretty much are beyond the jack, so I think they'll be aware of that. Ideal position here would be to try and draw another one just round the jack, give a bit of cover in behind.
He's certainly gone deep for cover here. Mark's quite happy with that shot.
Well, there's a chance here. Again, it's not easy. We can run the green ball out. There's the option of maybe just getting a bit of contact on the jack as well.
Looking down the backhand, I think, Darren.
It certainly wouldn't be my choice of hand, but yeah, I mean, obviously it's whether they feel confident in playing. Looks easier just to roll the green ball out in the forehand. And
Yep.
if he gets any jack movement, he's got 3 or 4 waiting on it.
Yeah, I think that's what he shouted back down, that he wanted to play. Saw it better, and there we go again. It's a question of what does he feel like he's confident to play. So choosing the forehand, looking for the bowl.
Great effort here. Just needs to hold up a bit longer.
Got the 1-2. No.
Wrecked on the front green ball. He was really close there. Not an easy shot to play. He was within probably an inch or 2 of getting that.
1 shot.
perfect.
Bennett to McPeak.
Set score 1-4 after 3 ends. Jack length 28 metres.
Well, let's see if Mark McPeak can keep that consistent leading that he's done all game so far. Looks on a good track again. Oh, great opener, Mark.
Yeah, good open ball from Mark there. Important for Scott just to try and hang in with him, give his skip some options. It's only 4-1, but having lost the first set, they won't want to slip too much further behind.
No, drop this next end, Darren, and puts them in all sorts of problems. There's the Irish pair. We'll see the finishing post.
Yeah,
We'll
good
be
reply.
fancying a bit of tea before they have to go back out and play again.
Oh, good track from Mark here. It's all about his pace. It looks very good.
Well done.
Yes, he's certainly led very consistently here.
Hey. Hi, Jack, and you got shot. Hi, Jack.
Close again.
He's been unlucky.
He has really. He might even still be 2 down there.
Only good thing is he's got a toucher in the middle of the green balls now, so that could be crucial as the end develops.
Yes, certainly a better head for Trenton to be looking at.
Here, mate. That's still play that. Just what you've been doing, lifting your own. Just on the draw. No better foot past, 2 feet past, back. These two too, if you're playing the back, you have to get to the tee, yeah. Do that.
Well, let's see if he can do it again. Last time he was asked to put a bowl on the tee. Put a bowl on the tee.
Yeah, good position there.
Yeah, you know, you get the split. Well, yours.
Fourth arriving down here, looking for a spot
Don't lose
really.
the ball.
Take 2 green balls out.
Chance.
Two green.
Interestingly, the front red ball has just fallen down there, so might just slightly change the angles now. Certainly guaranteed it's probably 2 anyway.
This.
Side. Swoop it.
Oh, what a great effort.
Same idea.
I really think this is one of these ends where you go quick now and you know.
You've got to
Start
change
again.
something now. It's already building up against him.
Nice. Hit him right, Trent. Got him. Flip a shot.
And just like that, now holding at least one shot. One of our cameras can pick up that. It's
Both jack high. Is that off the ditch?
There's a good running ball there.
yeah.
Second
Target
shot's
well.
good. Come on.
Yeah, the jack will come into view shortly. It's right down at this bottom corner.
All right, we starter.
There we go.
Yard.
1 red.
It was a good effort, just that yard to 4 feet short.
Yeah, he had the line right, so he'll just be trying to make that adjustment with his last. After a good running ball,
But it
Trent
gives
just needs to get the weight
yeah,
back.
Trenton's got the position of trying to get a second one in now.
He's also on a very good track here, and his pace looks slightly better.
And a great bolt.
2 red.
Yard, good draw, Judy.
Excellent ball after his run out.
Stuart can put that extra bit of weight in here because he's now got that ball to rest off or reach the jack. He doesn't want to overplay it, but there is a bit more of a target there to rest things. Stuart.
Second. Up, 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 up. Well done.
Yeah, got second.
1 red.
He certainly grimaced when he sent that bolt. He's urging it on.
Just going to pull up, I think, unless he gets a flick, but just pulling up.
One shot, Helium Walker.
So 1 thought keeps them in the second set.
Set score 2-4 after 4 ends.
3 ends to go.
And the shout was tee to tee from his skip. Thought they might have actually tried something a little bit more drastic and gone shorter, Darren, but tee to tee was the shout.
Jack length 29.5 metres.
So precise a delivery this. I've not actually had my stopwatch to it, but I reckon it must be about 14 seconds, Darren.
Yeah, it certainly wouldn't. He wouldn't have much time to study the head if he was having to go back and play his bowl on the 30-second clock. It's another good bowl though.
Yep. Works for him.
Foot. Control that. About a foot and a half behind.
Well, if Scott can slot another bowl in here between the jack and the green bowl of Mark McPeak, gives them a chance. And it's good here.
Excellent end. Best end of the match, for sure.
Rolls on the 4. Or it's a hit. Fancy the draw. Like we turn in the jack each 2.
If you give Mark McPeak the option of a draw or a hit, he'll go draw every time. Cordo is back himself on the draw. He looks a good line as well. Stuart's just saying it's running a touch. Yeah, he's just overplayed it.
3 red.
Well, the loosest end that Mark McPeak's played in the game so far.
Yep, and Trenton will be just trying to cover up his leads good work here. He can just draw inside that green ball just behind the jack. That would be the perfect spot for now.
Oh, it's not a bad bowl. It's a little bit further than he wanted, but it does split the 3 green bowls up.
Stuart sticking with the draw, 4-hand draw. He's got a good track as he pushed it.
No, that's a problem when you're just trying to play that neat draw, Darren. It can just pull up that 2 feet on you. Big chances here now for the Australian partnership.
Just has to negotiate this green ball as he comes round it. If he can just drop round it and bend back towards the jack, that would be
Looks
perfect.
good. Looks very good.
Excellent place.
4 red.
Again, just going for the draw.
Certainly chasing this one up.
No, lacking again, I think. Can't get a fourth bolt. Nope.
Well, well, well. It's almost like role reversal from the first set here.
Yes, very much so.
Chance for Trenton to draw in another shot. To line 5, so only one ball to come.
He's in the area, doesn't want to turn the green bowl in. Might have actually turned it out.
I don't think he's done any damage anyway. I think it's probably still 4. Well, damage limitation would be probably to drive and remove some of the red balls. It's still drawable. He's backed himself twice, so I think Mark's just saying to him, you back yourself to pick the shot. They're both reasonable choices. You know, he can draw the shot, no problem, or he can run and try and remove some of the balls.
A bit late. Good.
Oh, he seems to like this one better. Has he overplayed it though?
4 shots, Helium Walker.
Yeah, just one of these ones where you don't want to be short, just push through it too far. Count the 4
Set
there.
score 6-4 after 5 ends.
2 shots in it, 2 ends to play. Second set. First set was won 10-4 by Mark McPeak and Stuart Bennett from Northern Ireland. Trenton Healy and Scott Walker of the Australian pairing have got to win this set to take us into a tie-break, and the 2 shots up with 2 ends to play. Very unusual for us to have a tie-break in the first game of the day, which we did. We're going to have 2 consecutive ones.
29 metres.
Well, this is a big end because this is where the first set went so badly wrong for the Australian pair, so I'm sure they'll be looking to get a good lead ball in here.
Yes, as you mentioned, they were 2 up with 2 ends to play in the first set, and then dropped the big count, just took the foot off the pedal, as they say. Marks replied very well there, still a couple of foot over.
Oh my God. Run. Get over the seam.
Oh,
Over the
his
seam.
partner Trenton urging Scott's ball up here. Not bad, it's a good length. Stuart urging this ball up. It's made it.
White sensational, mate. Just got to give it that fraction
Go
more
for
time.
Mark.
Weight sensational. I must put that down in my notebook. I don't think I've ever called anybody's weight sensational. Well, not when I've been bowling with them anyway. Might have done it in commentary, I don't know, but remember that for my pairs partner.
Just overplayed this.
Hold on, mate. Right the foot off.
One green.
Well, big ball here from Trenton. Draw shot down here. Even a little tuck on the jack to try and hide it away. Track looks very good.
Good effort. Just overplayed. Chance for Stuart here though to get in first.
That's a great track here from Stuart. Mark likes it. Just overplayed this again, I think, Darren. Just got to run through.
Two green.
When you have a choice, well, you can try and draw another shot, or you can get to that, or you can change. Go there, get to that, or slide to that. For shortstop goal, the red, it's jack high.
Quite interesting. He's given his skip options. Sometimes I think it might be better if you just sort of state what you want your skip to play, less otherwise it gives all sort of manner of questions in your head.
Always good to give the option though, it gives you the cop out if it goes badly wrong. Yeah, I think it's just a forehand draw really, to be honest. If you can add a third shot, it's quite significant as far as the match is concerned.
What you're saying, Darren, is as a skip, if you get all the options and you choose the wrong one, then it's your fault, is it?
Absolutely, yeah. No, I mean it's a big ball here because Trenton doesn't want to drop 2 or 3.
He's been good track with both of his previous deliveries. It's just that question of getting the right weight, and you don't want to be short. Height's good again. He's urging it on. What does his partner think? Oh, that's the problem. Just try and play the neat draw.
Yeah, perfect line, foot short. Now, Northern Ireland pair line 2, if they can draw a third shot, it would force the Australian pair to need a 2 down the last end.
Choosing to play it down the backhand, and then he can't turn the red ball in, but
No, he certainly doesn't want to get the outside of the red ball.
no, and he's close to getting the outside of the red ball, just like that.
Yeah.
Now, has that made any difference?
slightly fortunate there, to be fair. A little surprised he went and changed his hand. I thought he could have just stuck with the forehand and give it plenty of grass. There didn't seem to be much danger if he just put it good weight.
I think it sounds like the umpire's been called out to decide.
Yeah, you were. And I
Umpire,
yeah,
please.
yeah. Well, I was just happy to get one in there, you know. If I didn't get one in there,
One green been declared.
I said that's Sandy, get over it. We haven't got a shot.
No,
Yeah, it doesn't matter because
Dan Blue
you won
using the
behind.
box
You win
measure
the
there.
We win the semi too. Didn't matter. If you gave it away,
It's one of these measures that's not actually that important, other than if we were to get a no shot at the last end, because either way, whether it's 1 or 2,
job 4 or 3, you know, you're in.
the Northern Irish players still have to score the last end.
kind of being greedy there, that's why I was just saying. Maybe.
But you couldn't really, like, you didn't really want to.
I was just
Two shots, Bennett and McPeak.
Well, that becomes a quite straightforward reply to this
Set score
last
6-6
end
after
score.
6
If Mark McPeak and Stuart Bennett win in this end, they take their place tonight at 7:30 in the main draw properly. And if Trenton Healy and Scott Walker win this end, we go into a 3-end tie-break.
Jack Payne for 28 metres.
I think it might be a good job you brought that box of biscuits into the commentary box, Darren.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be a short break for whoever wins this match. Don't think there's going to be much heavy meals being consumed.
Almost in cases like that, you kind of just want to keep going, don't you, rather than actually have the break. I know that often happens at the PBA qualifiers, where you sometimes have 4, 5, perhaps even 6 games to play in a day. You tend to find the vast majority of the players would rather just keep going than have a break if they have to keep going, because once you've stopped for the day, then you can stop. It's a good opener.
Mark's giving this one a closer look. Just has to run. He seems to just be pulling up at the end there. Good line again.
In a bit of a way, it almost becomes a tie-break end to going to a tie-break to some extent, because shots really don't matter here. It's who wins the end.
Yeah, as I said, I mean, it was one of these measures that, you know, has to be done, and all it has done is if we, in the unlikely event of a no shot, you know, Northern Irish pair would be over the line into the next round. So, you know, it's the only thing that measure's done is give them the advantage if we have a no shot. We don't get many of them.
That's a good line again.
Right.
Has he
Hurry enough.
improved his weight? Yeah, very
One
good.
green.
You're just trying to draw a touch of it, mate, draw it off.
So it would be a good time to try and draw one in here.
The track looks not too bad.
Hurry.
His partner urging it on.
Hurry. Hurry.
He's close.
Over the seam.
He's very close. Well,
Super effort.
Same, just
Hard
took
to
your weight
tell
off.
from our angle. looks like he's just maybe pulled up slightly short, but it's a really good ball. It's one that can be turned in later.
There's the opposition at 7:30. Jonathan Ross sat there with the striped shirt on. World number 1, Greg Harlow behind with his good lady wife Kay.
He's right. Nice, perfect. Doesn't work.
Backhand draw. Probably 6 inches or so to draw the shot here.
All on pace.
Yeah, that's right.
Very close.
Close.
Has it done it? Oh, come on, Tony, go and have a look at it and let us know which one was shot.
Doesn't change your shot though.
Big Mark saying it's a measure for shot.
Yard.
If Stuart can make it back to that that last delivery of Trenton Healy's, it would
Nice, good.
make the Irish team quite happy.
Hurry. Hurry, Sturdy.
Great line.
Hurry, Sturdy. Hurry, son. Up, up.
Oh, well.
It's one of these ones that's rested against the green ball, and it's hard to know if he's closer or if he's actually pushed it just a fraction further away.
Well, he's tipped it up a touch, hasn't he? So Trenton has asked the marker if he can come and have a look. This stage of the game, you can't really blame him for asking because it's a crucial point in the game.
Well, he's used the finger measure, and it's hard to say what his reaction was there. He seemed to point upwards. I don't know if he maybe thinks he's favours his own ball. I don't know. But
At least he's seen the way that the head's lying now, Darren, to make his own decision on shot selection.
yeah, I mean, I think if you're unsure who's lying here, he's got to just try and draw in on the backhand. Similar ball to his last. If he sets his own down, he'll get the shot. Either the front one or his back one, just sets them down, he gets the shot.
Well, the only thing on this hand is if you put it a bowl wide and a little bit of weight, it'll just hang off. Very hard to tell who's holding shot here, and the thing is that the green balls could still rock and go worse for Ireland.
Yeah. I just hope my no shot comment about it not happening very often doesn't come back and feature here, because it's really close.
Same sort of bowl though, just touch his own bowl. Darren gives him shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Any touch of any of the green balls there, he's going to make shot. He's so close to his last one, to be fair.
Nice, good.
Oh, Mark's happy with the line. What's his weight like? Get to the red bowl. Oh, it actually rocked the red bowl closer.
You know, he has. He's just, the red ball moved a small margin, but if it was close before, it may just be enough.
He's certainly enjoying himself out there, is Trenton.
Well, there's one thing for sure, if you can't be 100% sure you're lining the shot, you've got to play it. You can't take the risk with the measure if it is that close.
The Irish pairing look very apprehensive, but Certainly Stuart rocked that red bowl behind the jack. Not sure whether he rocked it enough. Bowls do shuffle along the carpet. His line's very good. What's his weight like?
Come on, buddy.
It's very good, this. What a bowl from Trenton.
Excellent bowl. Absolutely perfect bowl. If you're not sure you're lying the shot,
Two
down
shots.
there and you make sure.
Second set. Healy and Walker. Match tie break.
Just be careful, you nearly knocked your pairs partner over there and you need him for these 3-end tie breaks. Yeah, great bowl, absolutely cracking bowl under pressure. We weren't sure whether they were shot or not, but cracking bowl under pressure that.
Yeah, perfect bowl.
And we're going to a 3-end tie break. 3 ends to decide which of these players steps back on the rink in an hour's time. Don't forget to join us live on Facebook Live, World Bowls Tour Facebook Live, and on World Bowls Tour YouTube at 7:30 for the game between whom? Because this is a 3-end tie break. This is nothing to do with how many shots you score. It's all about winning the end.
Jack length 28
First to
and a
win
half
2
inches.
ends.
Yeah, and of our featured games so far, we've now successfully had 2 tie breaks out of 2 matches.
Yeah, I know.
And Mr. McPeak's on form, still a very steady player, so being in a tie break won't phase Mark. He'll have played numerous of them over the years he's played in the PBAs.
Good off, man. Yeah. Right, that'll. That, mate. Come on.
Not bad bowls, but I don't think they're just quite close enough to be counters come the end of this end, so chance for Scott just to adjust slightly from his first.
Well, can it slip through the middle of the 2 green?
Flip.
And he's turned it up.
Flip over, you're sitting just
He was
in
going to get
front.
one more roll out of it, which wouldn't have been too bad. But it's just stopped just slightly short of Jack high, so Mark changed his hand.
Right. Push. Push. Push.
He's asking it to move. Just short.
2 green.
This is where it could
Kinda
get
helped a
interesting
little bit.
because
Your ball is
normally it would
square
just
to
be a
run
draw and
under
get
it.
close as you can, but
If you sit him
being into
flush,
the
you'll
tie
stay
break,
for
there
shot.
might be an option here to run
Yeah,
this.
you want sort of what, first bowl had. Get a bit of contact's terrific, mate.
Yeah, he's actually asking for a chop and lie sort of shot here. Get the bowl, stop. He's got best back position as well.
Pull. Pull hard.
The weight might just hold this off.
Good. Good, good, good.
I like the idea of the positive shot. I think, you know, I would have played it quicker. Even if he cleared the front 3 balls out of there, he opens it up for himself. That's a very difficult shot, you know. Just to play that with the way he was playing, just to chat and lies, is so difficult. It's almost worth wasting one now. You know, if he gets a good connection, he can get the shot. If he clears all 3 balls out of there at the front, then he opens it up for himself.
Red ball through the head gives him a chance.
Starter.
It's not a bad ball from Stewart. It's behind the jack. Now Trenton, what pace are you playing? A bit quicker.
Certainly quicker, and he's coming into the pack, so he's got the ball out.
Well, that's made a big difference. Like you say, that was the sort of shot really.
1 right.
He could have asked his lead to play.
Both jack high.
There was more percentage in
See
that
the
shot.
bowl again.
Draw away, draw the shot. You beat mine, you get it. Come away. Looks good.
Stewart's chasing after this one, likes it. Slot that drawing ball back. Just
He's probably
One
made
green.
the shot. There's room here. Trenton just needs to buy himself a bit of time after that run ball, get his drawn weight back.
good height. What's pace like? Is it here? Because if it's here, it's a great track.
Played an absolute perfect ball.
1 right.
Really good ball.
Bounces down the rink is the best way to describe the way that Trenton's just arrived at the head. He's definitely pumped up now. Tie break.
Yeah, I think the Aussie guys are trying to make their own atmosphere here. Sadly ran into a bit of a meal slot, so the Aussie guys are trying to make their own atmosphere in the arena. He's certainly played some big bowls the last few ends.
Stay up.
Very close, it's all about the contact. He's got the 2 balls. Oh, one's locked.
Oh, has the red ball sat back in?
Mark's clapping, so he must have made the shot.
Well, whatever happens, he's opened it up. It's,
Was it?
not sure between that red and green ball.
It's his last bowl at the end. I think if he's made the shot, he's obviously made one, because Trenton's coming down to play his bowl. Basically has to repeat his previous bowl and draw the shot. Probably got 18 inches or so to make this count.
Tony's going to have a good look at this. Nobody's given us any indication, but like you say, you'd think if Trenton fancied he was holding shot, he wouldn't play this. Thinks he's too quick. His track's very good. Just overplayed it. Only just overplayed it as well.
Yeah,
First
Wasn't far
end,
away,
Bennett
but-
and McPeak.
you'll think that's a chance. If he has failed here, you'll think that's a chance missed.
Second end of the tie break. Mark McPeak and Stuart Bennett win this. They step into the main competition tonight. Trenton Healy and Scott Walker win this. We go into a final end of a tie break. Exciting times, early days here at the Just World Indoor Bowls Championships 2018, hosted by Potters Resort.
Track length 29 metres. very quick.
Well, that was a loose opening ball by Scott Walker. Gives Mark McPeak the chance to draw in close. I think his partner's just left the rink to pay a call to the little boys' room, I think.
Good start for Mark. Good track this time. Somebody's pace.
Harder, mate.
That's good.
Harder. Yes, Scotty. Well done, mate.
Great reply there, great adjustment from his first bowl.
Still draw that, mate. This is good.
Again, mate. This is good.
Good weight from Mark. Just back across to where he wanted to be. It's one of these shots where you're just looking to get the inside track. The rink's swinging very well this year, but there are different roads, and this one's coming down very well.
Harder now. Harder now. Harder now.
Well played.
Yes, mate.
Two red.
Two poles are white, mate. Come
Well,
Asking Mark not to mess about. Hit it. He has got a good runner in his armoury. Prefers the draw shot.
runner it is. Close.
Close. I got one away.
Unlucky.
okay?
Good runner from Mark.
Better,
Got a
like,
better
seriously,
result.
Yeah, actually locked on the back bowl, did the other red. I thought it was going to fly out the side, but he's opened it up a bit, Darren, for his partner.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can now see the jack, which is a big thing. So it was a good running bowl. Definitely could have got a better result, but at least he has opened it up.
In a little. You have to, Sturdy. Down to 4.
Jack in the ditch. In the area.
Yeah, connection. Nice.
One away again.
Again, he's only got one ball. He picked out as clean as you like. I think his own balls ran through into the ditch as well. So
And I think the bowl that's gone in the ditch is actually touching bowl from Scott Walker. Yeah, that's just being marked by Tony Hatch. I can see in one of our other screens that that's a toucher in the ditch right where the centre line is. There you go, folks. Stuart's asking if he can come and have a look.
Yeah, yeah.
well, players will be discussing this. It is drawable on either side really. However, he's played one running ball.
When he can still play that shot that he played before, Darren. If he gets a jack this time, he's just got to sort of have a bit of fortune that it doesn't go into the ditch where the red bowl is.
Yeah, that's his options. He could draw it or he can run the jack.
Playing down the backhand this time. Doesn't like it.
Now, decision time for Trenton. 2 red balls could possibly get taken out and leave the green ball scoring, so he may elect to just try and draw another one inside the green so that they would be lying 3 shots. It'd be hard to remove 3 balls.
Well, there is 3 in there.
And it's not bad because I can't see you removing these 3 red balls without taking your own green, so it's a decision time here for Stewart. He's obviously ran twice. If he gets a clean jack and he takes it all the way through to the ditch himself, he's a chance to win the game.
I think the options are he's either got to run at it. It doesn't really matter which hand, Darren, if you know, and then it's just the hope of the connection or the draw.
Yeah, he doesn't have either respot, so really his only way is to take the jack clean through to the ditch himself and lie beside it. I think that's what he's probably going to look for.
He's liking it. He's liking it. Any connection? We go to a 3rd end of a tie break.
Second end, Healy and
Second
Walker.
time today.
So, second game of the tournament out on the portable rink itself, and we go into the 3rd end of the tie break. Rules slightly different here, because you can nominate to kill the end. It's the only end in World Bowls Tour tournament play. You can nominate to kill the end. Either skip can do that. You can only do it, actually kill the end once, but they can nominate with all 3 bowls. So
Jack length 28.5
would
metres.
be interesting.
All about a good start here. Yep, not too bad mark, just a couple of feet through.
That's good. Drop in there now. Cider.
Can understand the players being a bit nervous. It's a lot to play for here.
Yeah,
Mark's
even
body
Mark's not
language.
happy with that.
Yeah, his body language isn't good, so we've over pushed it.
Couple of feet.
Perfect line again, right back to the middle of the rink.
Wide. Ready? Easy now, man. Easy now. Beautiful. Good.
Not bad pace.
Great line again here.
Up.
It's his best
Three
effort
more.
of 3.
Up. Where are you at? Try to get in behind. Ugh. Good love.
Just asking him to draw it. It's a length bowl. It is a toucher though. Remains live if it goes in the back ditch.
Great track from Scott as well. It's a big response here. Very close.
Close, very close.
One
It's
green.
a good bowl there though. It certainly helps his skip, gives him options.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark and Stewart are lining the shot, but the play probably more lies with Scott and Trenton at the moment. An inviting running ball to take that ball out.
Come on. Flip. Right, good twos. Slide, slide, drop. Done. Doesn't change yours.
Didn't want to drop, it stayed on its edge. Doesn't change Trenton's shot.
Pretty controlled. This will hook away. Once that starts going, it will hook away.
Yes, that was kind of a bit of a wasted bowl, Darren. I think he might have been better just hitting it to begin with, changing things, and he's done it so many times and then managed to draw.
Yeah, I mean, when he has played his more firm runners, he's actually been very accurate, so
Yeah.
I'm a bit surprised he didn't go quite firm there.
Both players going to have a look at this crucial point in time in the game.
Well, you know, obviously the re-spot off Tar right there is in Red's favour. However, I think the target's just too good for it to be left the way it is. I mean, I think his last ball, he was just trying to come up and sit on Mark's ball, fall in front of the jack, and it just changes the head completely. So, a lot of the times when you're lying a good one at the last end of a game, I would say stay away, but this might be an occasion where he really needs to just try and play that perfect ball. He draws a front toucher, it just changes the head completely.
I've heard nothing from the powers that be, Darren. I kind of wondered if they might have swapped over the two matches tonight. We are due to have Robert Paxson and Jonathan Ross versus the winner of this game on in 35 minutes, and then Jamie Chesney and Mark Dawes versus Brian Jones and Liam Stone. I wouldn't be surprised, viewers, if you hear that that's been swapped over. Give these guys a little bit of a chance of a break, but not heard any news yet. Do join us at 7:30 for the next instalment of the saga.
He's going for the plan A I spoke about. He's just going to play to the respot position. Basically saying to Trenton, well, if you get it and kill the jack, I'm going to lie the shot. Trenton's really looking for the green ball onto the other green ball. He's not wanting to move the jack, he just wants to put ball onto ball.
Yeah, and he's got to do it with this bowl, Darren. He doesn't want to leave it to his last bowl because then anything can happen.
I've not heard him nominate the kill, so I wonder if he's forgot, because now he doesn't have the respot. I think if I was running this, I would probably nominate to kill the end.
Yeah, going big.
It's definitely
He
firmer.
likes it.
Very close.
He likes it.
Just doesn't want any jack movement.
Got jack movement, but he's followed with it.
Come far enough. He's lined the shot. Great ball. really surprised he didn't go with that weight with his first, because he really has ran very well when he's
Yes,
confirmed.
yeah, agreed. And again, it's going back to that choice of shot for the rink. Oh,
The good thing for Stuart is, you know, he's had a draw to the respot there. He's only got to add another foot or so to make sure he gets the shot. He should know the line.
1 red.
Not the easiest draw in the world when the game's against you, but he really just has to add a foot of running on his last.
it's one of those then, Darren, again, that you don't want to be short though, and there's that fear of just overplaying it, and all the weight's on his shoulders now.
I just don't think he has any other shot. You know, there's no guaranteed result if he tries to run it. Even if he runs the 2 red balls out of there, he's you know, he's still leaving a wee bit of room for Trenton's last ball. Really looks like a draw to me. Backhand draw, back yourself to do it. It's been drawn reasonably well.
Yeah, and then it does put all the pressure back on Trenton, because if he can just draw and slip so that he's covered by those 2 short bowls, then
The head's so wide that if he elects to run it, you know, is he running at the jack, is he running at the 2 red balls, you can't run at everything. He would have to select a target and go for it, whether it be the 2 red balls or whether it be to try and take the jack through. So I just think there's too many things go wrong with that running shot. I think it's a draw, really. Draw the shot.
well, decision's been made. This bowl to move into the full tournament. If not, it's the Australian pair that go through. Well, his height looks good. He's certainly chasing it. What's the weight like, Stuart? What's your weight like,
I
Stuart?
think he's good. I think he's good. Is he going to stop?
Needs to stop. We've got it, mate, the Australian says. We might opt to not play it here. Taping it. Not even opting to play. Certainly been tense times. It's been a good game. The Australians just pumped up the game a little bit to finish off there.
I think both Stuart and Mark thought he'd drawn that. You know, I think they thought he had drawn it and it just seemed to run on.
Just ran on and swung, really. Been a good game, though. Yeah.
Third end and match, Healy and Walker.
Well, join us at 7:30, folks. Thanks for your company, Darren. Best luck in the pairs game tomorrow and the rest of the tournament. And no doubt you'll join me again at some point in time.
Your commiserations, your appreciation for Mark and Stuart. Give them a nice round of applause. They played so well, and it was looking good at one point. But the winners going through to the next stage of qualifying for this World Indoor Pairs Champions, the guys from Australia, all the way from down under.